In the heart of East Africa, amidst the mountains and green grasslands, there exists a mysterious land where nature blends with the mysteries of the unexplored world. Lake Victoria, the source of life for millions of people, is where the Nile begins its longest journey on Earth. But few people know that beneath its peaceful surface, there are secrets that have shaken those who dare to set foot here. The locals say that Lake Victoria is not only a source of water, but also a place that contains the souls of the dead, caught in the endless vortex of the past. The story of Mugalu, a young fisherman, is a clear testament to the mysteries here. One night, while Mugalu was rowing his boat in the middle of the lake, he felt himself being swept away by a sudden whirlpool. To keep his balance, he dropped anchor in the lake, but then his boat was pulled violently towards the upstream current. A faint, singing voice echoed from the depths of the water, and for a moment, he saw the shadowy figures of the deceased, souls trapped between two worlds. The story of Mugalu is not only a legend, but also a reminder of respect for nature and the mysteries that humans have not yet solved. Those who hear this story feel a shiver, a haunting excitement, making them even more curious about the land of Uganda. Continuing from the mystery of Lake Victoria, we go deeper into Uganda, a country where culture and tradition are considered the soul of the people. To understand Uganda, you need to know about the customs of the tribes here. In Uganda, each tribe has its own distinct rituals and traditions. One of the most prominent customs is Imbalu, the coming-of-age ceremony of the Bagisu people. This is not only a festival, but also an important milestone marking the maturity of young men. When a boy reaches adulthood, usually around 14, 16 years old, the family and community will hold a solemn ceremony in which the boy must undergo a special test, circumcision, without showing any signs of pain. Sweat mingles with red blood, but the boy must maintain a resilient spirit because this is a way to prove his courage and readiness to face all difficulties in life. In this moment, not only the boy, but the whole community feels the strength and solidarity. The sound of drums and cheers echo throughout the hills, like a song of life and courage. For the Bagisu people, Imbalu is not only a ritual, but also a symbol of the connection between people and the earth. Stories about customs are just the tip of the iceberg when talking about tribes in Uganda. There are more than 50 different tribes here, each with its own unique values and beliefs, creating a rich and diverse cultural picture. The Bantu people, who make up the majority of Uganda, are known for their traditional dances and their ability to tell stories. Each of their dances is a story, each drumbeat is a narrative. Meanwhile, the Kramojong people are famous for their nomadic lifestyle and close relationship with nature. They believe that animals are the spirits of their ancestors, and caring for livestock is not only a livelihood, but also a sacred duty. The story of Kintu, the founder of the Buganda tribe, one of the most famous legends. Kintu overcame many difficult challenges to win the approval of the goddess Nambi, who later became his wife. But the story is not only about Kintu's love and wisdom, but also a symbol of perseverance and determination. Kintu's story has been told for hundreds of generations, becoming an integral part of Ugandan culture and identity. But Uganda is not just about people and culture. The country is also known as the Pearl of Africa because of its incredibly rich biodiversity. Its forests and grasslands are home to many rare animals that you will hardly find anywhere else in the world. One of the symbols of Uganda is the mountain gorilla, a majestic yet fragile creature that needs to be protected. A journey into Bwindi Impenetrable National Park is one of the most emotional experiences you can have in Uganda. When you look into the deep eyes of a gorilla, you see not just an animal, but the history and life of our planet. Their heavy footsteps echo through the jungle, and in that moment, you feel the magical connection between humans and nature. But alongside the beauty is the potential danger. Life in the reserves is not always safe. There are stories of dangerous encounters between humans and wild animals, confrontations that sometimes end in tragedy. But that is also what makes Uganda's nature so special, a place where you can feel life and death happening every day, every minute, every second. Coming to Uganda, besides enjoying the beauty and culture, you also need to be careful about what not to do. One of the most important things is not to enter the forests without a local guide. The dense forests here are unlike any other in the world. They can become a maze with no way out if you don't know the way. The story of the group of tourists who got lost in the Kabale forest is a valuable lesson. They decided to go deep into the forest without a guide, believing that they could find the famous primates on their own. But after a few hours, they realized that they were completely lost. At night, they were confronted with strange sounds and the cold of the forest. It was not until a rescue team found them that the group of tourists realized that Uganda's nature, while beautiful, is also full of hidden dangers. Uganda is also a place where tradition and modernity collide in a unique way. In big cities like Kampala, you will see the presence of technology and modern high-rise buildings. But just a few hours away from the city, you will enter villages where life still goes on according to the rhythm of the past. The story of young people in Uganda is a clear demonstration of the struggle between modernity and tradition. Young people here grow up in a rapidly changing world, but they are also raised with traditional values and beliefs that have existed for centuries. Utaya is a young man born and raised in a small village in southern Uganda. When he came to Kampala to study at university, he was overwhelmed by the speed and noise of the city. Technology, modern music, and urban lifestyle opened up a new world before his eyes. But when he returned to his village during the holidays, Utaya felt deeply connected to his ancestral traditions and culture. Every time he returned home, Utaya faced difficult questions from his family and community. Would he continue to uphold the old values, or would he pursue his own modern dreams? In the end, Lutaya chose a unique path that combined both. He became a pioneer in developing sustainable technology projects to help villages in Uganda, bringing the light of modernity without losing traditional identity. Lutaya's story is a testament to the reconciliation between the past and the future, a strong connection between Uganda's core values and the ever-evolving modern world. Uganda is a country of stories, traditions, and little-known wonders. From small villages to vast jungles, from majestic waterfalls to mysterious tribes, Uganda is a world in miniature, where every corner offers a powerful emotional experience. The stories of Uganda are not just individual pieces, but when connected, they form a vivid and colorful picture of life here. It is a combination of tradition and modernity, of people and nature, of life and death. Each story carries within it a part of the soul of this country. But the story of Uganda is not over. It continues with unanswered questions. Can traditional values survive in a rapidly changing world? Will the mysteries of Uganda's nature and culture be discovered, or will they forever remain untouched wonders? With these thoughts, we conclude our journey into Uganda. But at the same time, it opens up new questions, new interesting things to explore. Uganda still has much to tell, and our journey has only just begun. Stay tuned for more interesting stories.